So today I'm going to talk broadly about our work, but largely around three things, and essentially the idea that we need local people with local solutions, and we need to deliver that at scale. So to begin with, Orkidstudio is founded on a very simple belief or simple mission, which is simply that everybody is entitled to, or everybody should have access to, healthy, safe and dignified built environment. Africa's population is set to double in the next 30 years. As a result, the amount of infrastructure that is needed is absolutely massive. One of the big challenges that we've got is the huge shortage of professional designers, engineers and construction professionals in this part of the world. So what solutions are there? We have a pretty big, pretty audacious vision for what we want to do in this part of the world. So the first pillar of what I wanted to talk about was people, specifically local people. I know Kenya, I've lived there for a few years, I've been going for 11 or 12, but I'll never know Kenya in the way that the staff that I have here do, or the team that I have around me. But we also need to do more. We need to do more to try and train these young people in better design. We do some in-house training. We're beginning to bring on more and more local interns and graduates from the universities. We also need to train, as I mentioned before, the artisans. We need to train the people that are going to build our buildings, because there's no use in having a great design that results in a building that will collapse during construction. Helen changed everything for Orkidstudio. She changed everything for me. She's, apart from my wife, I should probably say, she's the most inspiring woman that I've ever met. At the time that I met her, we were working on this project, a children's home in Nakuru in Kenya. By the end of the first week, Helen had twisted my arm and got 12 of her friends on the project. Helen then decided to get her group of 12 friends together to help her build a house. And they built this very, very modest two-bedroom house for Helen and her family. But moreover, she has a plot of land that she can generate a sustainable income from. As a result, just in the last year, we've launched a new program called Build Her, an accredited training program based in Nairobi for low-income earning women just like Helen. So we have local people, we also need local solutions, which of course come from those local people. This is in Zambia, and then I'll come back round to Kenya. But it's an example in a particular location of what I would consider to be much more appropriate design. And so we managed to achieve a building which has got 84.4% of material by volume sourced locally. And the way that we've done that has primarily been through two materials, timber and earth. And so this is the, this was taken last year, almost complete, but these are some of the ward spaces with beds that will look directly out to a view, and all achieving the WHO standards for air change rates just through passive ventilation. I've talked about local people and local solutions, and the last thing I was going to touch on is scale, and this is certainly the shortest bit because it's also the biggest challenge. It's the thing that we're wrangling with at the moment. We've had some exciting opportunities recently. The way that we're thinking, the way that we want Orkidstudio to go is not just how do we build the odd school, how do we build the odd health centre, which will make a big difference to that community, but how do we completely transform the way that Nairobi operates or the way that Kenya looks in 30 years' time.
There are so many challenges, so many issues that you raise through the work that you're doing, which apply across the world. They're not just that place. You know, we struggle with the same things in so-called civilized society. You know, the attitudes and the issues and the responses that you may are absolutely fantastic. And the work that's going on through Orkidstudio is absolutely inspirational.